Hello everybody, welcome back to another Metroid Prime Randomizer. Let's do one more run of these, shall we? I say one more, not that it's the last one, but just that it's the next one. Look, there's our old save file, and now it's gone forever. We don't need it anymore. We're going somewhere better. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and start the countdown here. This is the same settings as last time, but a different seed. So we'll get a completely new random layout to frolic around in and have a great time. Let me just start the countdown here. We are going to be good to go right now. Talon 4. What a terrible planet. It used to be great, I'm sure. It's terrible now. Anyway, starting out how everyone starts out, with a lovely little scan dash to the right in order to get up to this ledge. And we have early space jump. Oh, baby. Is that the same as last time? This feels familiar. Ah, well. What's in here? That's flamethrower. Okay. Cool. Flamethrower is not useful, per se. But there is somewhat of a meme in the Metroid Prime Randomizer community that it makes your run valid when you do it, when you pick it up. And who doesn't want to be valid, right? So always get Flamethrower is the moral of the story. Especially in a race setting. This is an asynchronous race, which means I'm going to submit my time at the end to some big Excel spreadsheet where everyone has their time submitted. Just for funsies. No tournaments here. But it does mean that anyone who wants to can try this seed for themselves, and then compare notes after the fact. Talk about it. Alright, missile up on the ledge, we could get that. Probably easier to just get this missile right here, though, in the half-pipe. If I can actually do the jump. Thank you. And up there is another missile. We're going to leave it alone for now and go do the hive loop. Because without Morph Ball, we can't get much deeper into the Chozo ruins. Morph Ball bombs would be lovely too, but that might be wishful thinking. Anyway, what's over there? An energy tank. Delightful. Doesn't mean much, we can't get that item yet anyway, but nice to know. Oh hey, look, an energy tank. And once again, I have foolishly forgotten to kill the hive beforehand. Let's try this. Little peek again. And right here. That looked like Grapple Beam. I'm not certain, but it looked like Grapple Beam in the one frame worth of vision that I got of it. We'll see if my prediction is correct when we come back later. We will do. Ooh, is that Phazon suit? No, that's Varia suit. Okay. It's hard to tell sometimes with the color schemes. Oh! Gravity suit! Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Here we are at the clothing store. Picking up some fresh fits for Samus. That's very interesting. Gravity suit doesn't really do anything for us without Morph Ball, but Varia suit will let us go to Magmor, like, right now. Which is maybe slightly concerning. But we'll save that for a last resort and clear out what we can in Chozo for now. Hey, E-Tank. We also have the option to go back for artifacts at any point. That'll be easy to do because any save station and bring us to where we need to be. In the meantime, let's go get that extra little missile boy. The fancy little R jump. They call it an R jump because you press R while you do it. Fun fact. I'm gonna dash through here and peek what this room has to offer. We can only get one of the checks here because no more fall. So we'll see exactly what it is. It's just missiles. Okay, we'll come back later. Sorry for bothering you. Yeah, at this point, this means, without Morphball, our only options are either go get artifacts or go to Magmor. Neither of which are particularly appealing, but we might as well do both. And I think it's probably faster if I warp to start, so I'm going to go dash to the save point. There's an item in Vault that we can't get without Morphball and bombs. We can't even get to the Magmor elevator in Chozo without Morphball itself, so that's no-go. Warp me. Thank you. Let's get some artifact hints. I'm hungry for artifacts today. Just like every day. Metroid Prime Samus subsists on a diet of artifacts and missile expansions, with the occasional beamer visor. Open up, please. I'd like to see my hints. Thank you. There's like a fancy little dash you can do here, I think. Let's try it. Alright. I don't know if that was any faster than just walking the normal way, because I didn't pull it off perfectly, but look at this! There's our Morph Ball. That's what we needed. Security Cave in Phendrana. Sun Chamber, that's Flagra, baby! Hydro Access Tunnel, that's the frigate. Good thing we have Gravity Suit. Research Lab Hydra in Phendrana Drifts. Root Cave in Talon Overworld. Control Tower, that's in Labs. Alright. No mines. Possibly blessed. It's possible that we will be required to go to mines anyway, because there could always be, you know, required items there, but there are no artifacts there. Instead, we got a couple in Labs, one in Farfen, one in Flagra, a Root Cave, and a frigate. What a list. Well, we'll have a nice time. For now, though, I actually do want to go to Magmor, because we can get a lot of the items there. Not all of them. Especially not without bombs. I guess it's the other thing. Yeah, let's actually hold off on Magmor for now. Maybe I'll come to regret this. But we can actually get some checks in Chozo Ruins at this point. And it's easier, I think, to warp to start from Chozo Ruins than from Magmor. This is because the only accessible save station in Magmor Caverns is past a wall that you need bombs to open. Either Morphball bombs or power bombs. We don't have either of them, so we are just gonna leave that for now. Instead, we'll do some exploration. We're gonna feel it out, but should have been rolling. I must use the tools that I have acquired. This is a critical part of the game. Oh, I should also not fall off. Jump on the little root. And what's in here? Nothing! Hooray! Okay. Worth a shot. Let's roll. Next mission is to head into mid-Chozo. Can we peek at this guy? Let's see if we can peek at this guy. Nope. Not going to waste too much time on it. There's a thing you can do where if you are standing in a precise alignment with that weird stump-looking thing, and you jump, then your camera will dip just far down enough that you can look at what item is inside. But it's kind of janky. So instead, we will simply not do it. Ooh, I'm realizing I made a mistake with my routing too, and I should have checked Frigate Crash Site, but that's okay because we're planning to warp to start anyway, so we can check that next time we're there. Really, the only reason we're going this way is because there are just a couple checks that we want to get our hands on. Namely, the ones this way. In Watery Hall. Oh, there's a power bomb expansion. Okay. That gives us one power bomb that we can use at a critical moment. Deja vu, right? This doesn't mean we're in logic yet. By that I mean, logic does not expect us to do checks that require bombs. Ow, whoops, that was silly. Alright, let's salvage this by looking up. Many situations can be salvaged by looking up. The power of optimism, or something. Oh, but do I know how to get up here? Is it this? Yes, it is. Okay. Let's use our power bomb right here. Just to check what's going on behind this door. That's nothing. Cool. Super worth it. Really vindicating. And I'm just gonna grab this. It'll give me lasers, but that's okay. I can deal with lasers. Right now I need more missiles. Not that one, though. Although I forgot I had gravity suit, so it would have been very easy just to jump up and get it. That's okay. It's not often that you have gravity suit in that room, because it's so early on. So there is like a cool little underwater slope jump you can do in order to grab it. We are not able to make much more progress here without more fall bombs. There's a boss that we can fight, the incinerator drone, that requires more fall bombs to leave the room. So unless bombs happen to be there exactly, it won't be helpful for us. That's a nothing. Cool. We can't fight Flagra until we have bombs as well. So we're just going to warp to start. Actually, we're going to save. And then we're going to warp to start. The reason I save first is because if bombs actually are on Zoid, or the incinerator drone, this is Christian name, then we're going to want to come back here. And the easiest way to come back here is if we happen to have a save right here and can just reset the game. For now, though, that's about all we've got in Chozo. Until bombs are acquired. Meaning, we're going to check Frigate Crash Site real quick, and then book it to Magmore. Hey, boys. Goodbye. This item is very easy to get with Gravity Suit. You just jump up to it. Oh, there's bombs. Okay, should have checked this before. Damn. Remember what I said it was easy to get? Come on. Thank you. Alright, well that's unfortunate. We could have sped up our timing quite a bit if I had gotten this before. As in, immediately after getting artifact hints. But that's okay. Still only 13 minutes in. Plenty of wiggle room. We're under no particular time limit. Oh, right, of course, validity. I'm a fool. The flamethrower is the most important item in the game. You must always get it when you have the ability to. Alright, now we've got a choice between Magmor and Chozo. I'm going to go with Magmor for now, actually, because we can make quite a bit of checks there, as well as a couple Vendrana checks as well. And, ooh, let's try this. We know there's an artifact up there, so I am incentivized to make that jump. Except I didn't. We're gonna make one more try of it. Because I would like this artifact. Sure, I could go back to that one room where I think I saw the grapple beam and try to get it that way. This is more fun, right? This is what's known as a combat dash, because we are in the combat visor, and not in the scan visor. Okay. I will give it one more try, and then if I don't get it there, we'll give up. Tricks are hard. It's difficult to do things that aren't intended by the game developers. But that just makes it all the sweeter when you can do it. Ready? Huh. There we are. Not too shabby. You were just gonna shoot your little particle. Your delicious green goo. Make our way up the invisible platforms. And there we go. There's our first artifact. Easy peasy. Of course, there is another item up there that normally requires Plasma Beam, which we do not have yet. There's a weird out-of-bounds glitch that you can do to get it. I usually don't do it. It's dangerous. Because if you mess it up, you gotta reset your game. And I don't want to reset my game. Plus, it's out of logic, so it's not going to be anything that we are required to get right now. Alright, let's do this. Ow. It's been a couple weeks since I recorded the first one of these. And of course, I do not remember everything that I said in that video. So forgive me if I repeat myself a bit. There's an E-tank. I want an E-tank. I am thirsty for E. Thank you. Ooh, I would love a power bomb refill, because there are a couple checks up here that do require power bombs. This being one of them. Oh shoot, that's Spider Ball. Okay, yes, we definitely need that. Well, not definitely, but probably. We're gonna conserve missiles. No, we're not. Let's get some ammo, please. Let's get some missiles and some power bombs and all my favorite juice. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Okay. I would also really like a power bomb for this room as well. Probably not going to find one, though. But might as well check the upper part of the room while we're here. Whoops. Or I could slip and fall and crash. Alright, let's come back when we have a power bomb to spend. Ideally when we have 2 power bombs to spend, but that's just getting greedy. As you well know, we only need 1 to really get everything done that we need to. That's missiles. And here... we navigate through the Beetle's cave. The Triclops pit, as it is known. That's missiles! Ah. Okay. Leaving. Goodbye. Oh, that was a power bomb. Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you, Triclops. You have been kind to me this day. This ammo will make a great difference in the upcoming wars. The nice thing about Spider Ball is that once we have Spider Ball, that will let us get the both of the checks in Sun Chamber back to back without needing super missiles. I'll explain more about what I mean by that when we get there. Suffice it to say, Spider Ball early is a good thing. It may be required for an artifact. Not definitely, but maybe. Alright, some extra health. And now we turn around and use our newfound power bomb to go get a Spider Ball. Of course, there's also the mystery box temptation of that other check that we could use a power bomb for. I believe it is called Warrior Shrine. Underneath Warrior Shrine, there is a tube that you must use a power bomb to access. And there is an item in there. I don't know what it is. It could be anything. Well, not Spider Ball, because we know where Spider Ball is. But it could be anything else, within reason. But I will not fall for its tricks. I will go for the thing that I know I want rather than the thing that I may or may not want. That's delicious. We are still not in logic with that, though. Because we are not expected to have power bombs at this point. We are just making use of the fact that we found that sneaky little power bomb expansion. Was that a refill? No. Oh, yes. I just didn't pick it up. Awesome. Perfect. Excellent. Alright, let's try this one more time. Hop up to the top. First off, what's in here? Missiles. Just gonna peek at that. Don't fall into the lava, please. Thank you. And down we go. 4 more missiles. Cool. Awesome. As usual, we're pretty much still just randomly cruising until we find the beams we need. We're going to need all 4 beams in order to defeat the final boss. Right now we only have the 1. Our beam is okay, but any other beam is pretty much better than it. Ooh, hey, ooh, that was weird. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Just energy. But oh, do I love energy. I hear it's equal to MC squared. And that's pretty cool, right? Welcome to Finjana Drifts. We didn't spend a lot of time here last time, because we didn't have to. This time we have to spend a lot of time in Finjana. So that's good, get a little bit of variety. There's nothing I can get up there in the Chozo Ice Temple. There is one thing that we can get over here, but it requires the Spider Ball that we technically shouldn't have yet. Let's go peek at it anyway, shall we? Oftentimes, peeking at an item is just as good as getting the item, because in 90% of cases, it's just a missile expansion. And knowledge of that is just as good as having it. Ooh, there's another power bomb that we cannot grab. Good to know it's there, but I think it's unlikely that we're going to go back for it. And this is just missiles. Knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. Alright, there's one more check that we can grab here in Vendrana. And then we will need to turn back for now. But in order to get that check, we're going to head on over to Talon Canyon. There's an E-tank up in the tower. It's good to know. We can't get that anyway until we have super missiles. But we probably won't need it. We've got 4 E-tanks right now. That's plenty. Keep coming through. It's a fun little mini-game trying to dodge the electricity from those guys. Sometimes it's not worth it, and it's better to just tank the damage. Okay, that's just missiles. Tragic. Well, that means we are done here for the meantime. Without Wave Beam, we can go no further. Plasma Beam would be nice too, of course, but that's always true. Let's hop on a man. Let me ascend. Ow, don't. Okay. I didn't hop on the man correctly. Let me ascend, please. I would like to ascend. Let me hop on you. Oh, no. Let's try again. You can do better than that. Okay, not like this. I must be going up to the wrong ledge or something. I don't usually hop on a man, but it's funny. That's missiles. We can't get that until we have Plasma Beam. But just like before, we can peek it. All but one of the Plasma Beam checks in this area can be peeked. In at least the start of Vendrana Drifts, that is. The other one can be peeked too, actually, but it's trickier. And I'm not very good at it. So, something to practice. For now, though, we still haven't done bomb things in Chozo Ruins. Because I foolishly waited to check the frigate crash site. Let's go do that now, shall we? It's pretty much the only thing we can logically do at this point, so yeah, let's go do that. Including getting that thing that I thought was the grapple beam. I would like to know for sure whether it is the grapple beam. Place your bets now. Choo-choo. Alright. Once again, we come to this room. We come to this place for magic. Dazzling images on a huge silver screen. Okay. Let's get this thing. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, this routing could have been improved drastically had I gotten that earlier. Huh. But getting that now is pretty nice too, because it lets us immediately go to Tower of Light. Let's just go grab that, huh? We won't have to come back here later. Alright. I can't remember whether I did this climb last time. I feel like I did. But it's just a matter of walking on the walls until you can get to the top. Normally there's a very time-consuming puzzle that you can do here, involving shooting the walls with a total of somewhere around 40 missiles. that's not worth it in the slightest. It's way faster just to monkey your way up to the top of the room. Oh, and it's so nice having gravity suit for this part. Damn. And there's Ice Beam! Oh my god. Alright, alright, alright. That's extremely tasty. 2 beams back to back. The old 2-course dinner. And for dessert, I would love some plasma. Let's see if we can find some. For now, though, those 2 beams open up a huge, huge amount of the world for us. Including most of the Chozo ruins. Next up, let's go get our grapple beam. For old time's sake. Because I want it. Because I demand it. This time, I will be smart, and I will shoot the hive before I enter. Pow! Die. All the bees inside perish in a single instant. It wasn't Grapple Beam! My senses have lied to me. My complex process of biochemicals has induced an incorrect Grapple Beam identification. This is evolution's problem. I'll leave evolution to figure out how to solve that one. For now, let's go look at Vault. We don't have super missiles yet, so we can't climb into the Flagra arena from the back. But we could go in from the front. And I think that is exactly what we're going to do, because we know there's an artifact there, and we can get both of the checks. That's just a missile. Alright, come on. Get back in. No grapple beam is slightly unfortunate. I was hoping to have it, but we can't always get what we hope for, you know? Sometimes you just gotta play the hand you're dealt. We could theoretically do a fancy dash to get across the lava pit there. That is a trick that I have not attempted before, and don't want to do while recording myself doing a race. Because then it's just embarrassing if I fail. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? We're going to just go. We're just going to book it. Oh, we don't have boost. Alright, I am actually going to do this the normal way then. There's a thing where you can jump over the wall that protects the entrance to Flagra. Oh, come on. But doing it backwards requires boost ball. Or a particularly precise spawn jump. Neither of which we have in our capabilities. So it's a bit safer just to scan these 4 boys. Takes a tiny bit of time, but that's okay. Beep beep. Alright, let's go fight a plant. Shall we? Gravity suit, our damage is reduced by something like 20%. Damage intake, that is, not output. So, I'm feeling pretty confident. This is the second longest room to load in the game. The first is our friend the Artifact Temple. In order to beat Flagra, you must hit him in his 4 equally spaced nipples. After the first one, though, there's a fun little trick you can do, where you don't actually have to knock down his mirrors, even though that is the intended way to proceed with the fight. Alright, you get missiles now because of that. You're being naughty. With Space Jump, we can jump up right here, place some bombs, and it hits the thing anyway. Isn't that lovely? Whoops. You don't want to fall in the water, though. That's bad. There we are. That's 3. And the 4th one is just over this way. Easy. There's our artifact. Now, while we're here, we might as well check the other one. Unfortunately, we don't have super missiles, so it'll take a bit longer, but this way we won't need to come back and fight these guys later, if this is anything important. Now, the way this works is that normally you're expected to fall all the way down this shaft and come back up later using the power of Spider Ball and super missiles. But if you already have Spider Ball by the time you're here, you can just sort of dip down and pretend you left, and then come back. And the game's like, oh, good job, you made it back up here. In recognition of your achievement, I will reward you with 3 ghosts. Christmas past, present, and future. And by destroying them all with lasers, we get prizes. It's going to take a lot of lasers to kill these men, unfortunately. Without X-ray visor or super missiles, this is just a long process. So possibly not my greatest decision, but doing it right after Flagra I think just makes the most sense. That way we won't need to find super missiles and come back later. It's one of those weird point of no return kind of situations. So we're just going to feed them as many lemons as possible. And ask that they do not shoot me, please, with their electric weirdness. With their ghostly ways. Come on now. I believe it takes exactly 100 normal power shots in order to kill one of these things. Thankfully we have Charge Beam, which speeds it up significantly. I'm not sure how many charge shots it takes to kill them. Less than 100. Another annoying thing is that when they hit you with their weird electricity attack, it temporarily removes your ability to shoot. There we go. All 3 down. Let's see what we get. Missiles. This was pointless. Hooray! Beep beep. Okay, no beep beep. No beep beep. I'm sorry for beep beep. I didn't mean to. And this is the reason that I actually did those scans earlier, because going backwards this way, if we had not gotten rid of that big gate, it would have still been there and caused issues. Now that we're over here, we are ready to go clear the rest of the Chozo ruins. We do have Spider Ball, so I suppose might as well check this way. There's one last check that we can get over here. Upper Dynamo. They call it that because it's in the dynamo, and it is up. It always feels very like Mission Impossible, jumping through those lasers. Super fun. What do you have for me? Okay. Nothing of consequence. Thank you anyway. I appreciate the support. Any efforts to make me not die are good. Another nice thing about defeating Clogra is that the water is now clean. We can go for a swim. Take a nice bath here in Watery Hall. Doesn't really make any difference in terms of what checks are gettable. Although it does let us skip a trick in the Ruined Fountain. Unfortunately, the Ruined Fountain doesn't contain anything of use. So we don't need it. Instead, we go into Far Chozo. They call it that because it's Chozo, but it's far. And let's fight Zoid. We've got 2 checks we can get on him, and armed with the ability to escape his room, we can take him down. Hello. There he is. There's my special man. Come to play. There is basically no danger of dying to this boss. It is a very early game boss, and as such it is very easy. You're probably intended to fight it with no E-tanks or something like that. So you hang out, feel the warm and soothing touch of the flamethrowers. Oh, and then get your lock-on removed? Rude. Oh, one more. What do we have? Energy. Okay. Well, not to be discouraged. All these checks must be done. For plasma purposes. Although I suppose I should be prioritizing artifacts now that I think about it. So I'll tell you what. Since we have Gravity Suit and Wave Beam, why don't we make our way through here and then go to the frigate? Either that... Oh, was it in Hydro Access Tunnel? That's in the very back of the frigate. We could also try for Bar Skip, which would save us quite a bit of time. Oh, that is a challenging trick. And plus, if frigate has something else that's useful, then we'll need to go through it anyway, right? It's a bit ambiguous what the right move is here. This is further muddied by the fact that we can't get the item in Life Grove. Oh good, Wave Buster. I love to bust waves. So my plan for now is just to continue trucking through Chozo, full clear the rest of this place, and then see where we're at once we get to that last room. What's up there? Misses. Cool. Goodbye. And what's in here? Ghosts. Oh. But also prizes and a missed jump. Alright, we're gonna need to take you out, and it's gonna take a while without super missiles, so let's start on that project now. I missed the charge beam shot. Somehow. Didn't look like I missed. You know, he's a ghost. They can do incorporeal stuff. Alright, first step is go get this thing. 0th step is make this jump. There we go. And then before we do anything else, let's go peek at Crossway. Because there's one check that we can get over there. It's missiles! Hooray! Alright, first we are going to check the ice item. What do you have? Missiles! Whoa! Alright, and next we will go up for... It's not an item per se, but the plasma route. There are 3 paths you can take. The plasma one, instead of giving you an item, gives you passage to the next part of the level. So we're just going to sneak through there. Unlock this for the future, in case we need to come back. Which we might. There is still 1 plasma beam check there. And for now, we come up here. We're going to peek at what's in here. That's just missiles. And then I have decided we're going to go through Frigate forwards. Because we have the gravity suit. And that also lets us knock out some checks while we're there, instead of having to go and do them later. Trying to think if I'm missing anything, but no, as long as you have wave and plasma, or wave and ice, that is, and gravity suit, that's really all we need. Gravity suit isn't even strictly required. There is a gravityless frigate series of tricks that I have tried before, but it's tough. So, not my preference. There's also an item right here, which is nothing. I say it's nothing. An E-tank is something, but when you start to get this many of them, they're basically nothing again. Alright, now we're going to make our way through the entirety of the frigate. Get all the way to the other side. Okay. Went the wrong way. Ideally, we can find Plasma Beam or Phazon Suit while we're here. If not, not the end of the world. People generally tend to avoid the frigate when possible because it is a long area and it is not very check dense. There are only a few checks in this entire place. So in terms of efficiency, best to spend your time elsewhere. However, we do know we need at least one thing from here, from the very end. So let's go get it. Alright, where are you? We don't have thermal visor, so we're going to need to eyeball a lot of these. It's a test of memory at this point. Do you know where the thingies are? Can you make that jump? This is the other test. Alright, first check. What do we got? Missiles. Okay. These little tentacle dudes have knocked me off these platforms so many times. They are the worst. Well, not the worst. They're in the top 10 worst, probably. This area is lovely, though. The aesthetics are beautiful. The music is relaxing. Oh shoot, I've realized a flaw in my plan in that we don't have super missiles yet. So I can't get the item that's here, so I'm really hoping this one is not Plasma Beam. I can't even peek at it because we don't have any visors. Alright, we're just gonna roll under these dudes. Excuse me, fellas. Yeah, that's a silly mistake on my part. It would have been much faster to try for bar skip, but hey, at least we got the one item. Plus, bar skip is tough enough, especially without boost ball, that like it's not even a given that I would have gotten it at all. It was back there. Thank you. I'm not messing with you guys. You guys can just live here if you want. It's okay. I don't mean to intrude. I'm just trying to get through. Just trying to get my artifact, man. Give me a break. Here we are. Whoops. What? I got caught on the wall, probably. Okay. Let's get up here. Thank you. We don't have boost ball. So, again, no reverse bar skip for us, but that's okay. We can head into the entrance of mines and then immediately warp out. Yeah, I think that's probably the best idea. I do not wish to go to mines. There's nothing good for us there, and it's not in logic right now anyway. Without, because I think it does expect you to have thermal visor to head through frigate, and power bombs to head through the Magmor entrance. So Phazon Mines is just not a place that we need to be right now. And I'm very fine with that. Extremely fine with it. More fine than I've been about a lot of things. So we're just going to whoop up this little airball track and warp to start. I believe our next stop is Phendrana Drifts, because we've got some unfinished business there. Namely, 3 more artifacts. And with the 3 we already have, that's basically all we need. The only thing that we would need on top of that is the Plasma Beam, which remains at large, unfortunately. And it could be literally anywhere in the map. Anywhere that's not a plasma check, that is. And of course we're going to need Phazon Suit too, but we'll get a hint for that once we get all 6 of our artifacts. So for now, we're just going to go to Phendrana. Ooh, okay, here's a plan. Let's do labs backwards, because we've already done the front of Phendrana. There's not as much reason to go back there. The only reason we would want to is if Plasma Beam is on Mama Shiga, which it's probably not. Watch me eat my words later. But we've got to do Parfen, and we've got to do labs. And both of those are closer to the other entrance to Phendrana Drifts. So that's the way we're going to go. Through the lava. Lava is actually not that painful in this game. It does like a tiny bit of damage, but not enough to really discourage you from just taking a dip. Especially once you have a couple suits. It's more of a hot tub. And who doesn't love a hot tub? This room we just can't, straight up cannot get without Boost Ball. So we come back later. Now, let's peek Magmore Workstation. What do we have beside door number 3? Behind door number 3, that is. It was missiles. The Monty Hall problem says I should switch. That's not how that works. Alright, here we are. Next stop, Phendrana Drifts. Now, Thardus is also not in logic without Thermal Visor, despite the fact that he's still pretty easy to kill without Thermal Visor. But I'm just not going to bother. Especially without Grapple Beam. This is the wrong way. I was saying I'm not going to do Thardus, and then immediately started walking towards Thardus. Smart. Not having Grapple Beam may pose an issue for... Oh, there's X-Ray Visor. Locked behind Plasma Beam. Interesting. Now, it was Security Cave, right? I can't remember which one that is. I think Security Cave is one of these two at the back. So either way, we're best off going, doing a reverse Barfen. I hope Security... Oh no, I hope Security Cave is not the one that requires Plasma Beam. In that case, I would be making a very grave mistake by going this way. But we'll find out. Yeah, this could be horribly ill-advised, now that I think about it. I might be jumping the gun just a smidgen. But it's all necessary to avoid going to Phazon Mines. Okay, nothing in Gravity Chamber. Yeah, there is one check that we're not going to be able to get here. I just can't remember whether it's Security Cave or the other one. There are two caves in the back. Both with names that I cannot recall. So, we're going to roll the dice. See what happens. This is where my knowledge gets a little bit fuzzy around the edges of Phendrana. Having Gravity Suit is an absolute godsend for this part, though. Speeds it up very significantly. Alright, we want to take these guys out. The best way to do that is with 3 missiles. And then falling into the water. That's the optimal strategy, at least. So, everything I do is on purpose. I don't make mistakes. What? Are you crazy? Air is human, and I haven't been human in ages. Now, to get to the top of this room without Grapple Beam, we want to do a little bit of this. And then slope jump off this route in order to get up here. Delightful. That's the room we can't get into that we just passed. It didn't look like a room, but it was a room. And we are jump across the gap. In order to get what is hopefully an artifact? Yes. Okay, thank goodness. I should really learn the name of the other room, too. It's fine. As long as I remember that Security Cave is the good one. The one that does not require plasma and power bombs. And on our way out, we can peek the other item. The one down here. Where is it? That's a PB expansion. No, thank you. I mean, not that I wouldn't want that, but not something that we need to take extra time out of our busy schedule in order to get. So instead, we go to labs. We go do science. And thankfully we have the ice beam, which means we can go through labs from the back. Not have to backtrack all the way out at the end. I always try to leave labs until ice beam is acquired. That was almost bad. Almost got bullied by a sonic bat. Alright. Get iced. One nice thing about the turrets here is that just one little ice beam shot and they get permanently frozen, which is a state that I prefer them to be in. We're not even going to bother with this nonsense. We're just going to go. You get frozen and then missiled. You can jump on the railing in order to speed up the climb just a smidgen. Ow. It looked like I did a little hop there, but no, it was just me getting shot by a projectile. And here we are. There's gonna be boxes here. And I'm getting shoved by this jerk. I gotta wait for the boxes again. Okay, let me out. Let's see, we have missiles. I'm gonna use Ice Beam for this so that I can freeze these gentlemen. These esteemed colleagues of mine. That's another missile. Who needs them? Not me. I only care about Plasma Beam and Phazon Suit and Ice Spreader. And I guess Boost Ball. Why not? Boost Ball would be nice. I wouldn't say no to Boost Ball. The enemies in here don't spawn until later. By later, I mean when you go in near the entrance rather than the exit. I missed. And then I slipped. Just a bit fidgety. Oop, there we go. Now this should be an artifact if I recall correctly. Yep. Number 4. No, number 5. We're doing pretty well for ourselves. But we shouldn't go fight Ridley until Plasma is acquired, because we're going to need it. Now, in order to get back in there without horrible things happening, we're going to jump over trigger? Nope. We are going to hit the trigger and then do a fight. Oh, well. Maybe someday I'll be better at that. What am I saying? Definitely someday I'll be better at that. Positive attitude. Anything's possible. For now, we get to spend 30 seconds shooting down some flying boys. Do one more. Here you are. Hi, please. Thank you. door? What? Are you loading? What's... I am unfamiliar with this. I have probably just done something a bit strange, so we are going to go down the elevator and back up, and hopefully that fixes the problem. We're going to just, like, pop into this room, and that'll unload the other room, and then we can go back up. And this time, I think the doors probably won't lock, right? Since we've already done the fight? Is that how that works? I hope that's how that works. Yep, that's exactly how that works. Cool. Goodbye. This game doesn't like when you do things out of order. Normally it's fine with it, actually. I should give it more credit. It is a robust game. But sometimes if you do things out of order, on rare occasions, it can be a problem. Now we are going to have to kill these gentlemen, because the door below is locked, and until they die, cannot escape. And now we can escape. Oh shoot, I've just realized something. The Research Lab Hydra item requires super missiles. Oh no. This is one of those little things that forgetting is a very bad thing. Yeah, there's our artifact. I can see it clipping through the wall there. But we can't get it yet. We're gonna need to come back. Okay. Fine. Be that way. The blind hunt continues for super missiles this time. Thankfully, our options for where to look are very limited because the entirety of Phase on Mines is not in logic. We're also going to have to kill these guys in order to get out. Normally, you kill them in order to enter. Now we're killing them in order to exit. The story has been recontextualized. Thankfully, they are very easy to kill. If you have Ice Beam, that is. Or Plasma, for that matter. Okay, this guy is in the way. Now, Thardus is not in logic. There's this item down here that we could grab. But beyond that, we don't really have that much left to check. Okay. There's the grapple beam I ordered. I believe we should go to Chozo Ruins and go check out the magma pool. Either that or we go to Quarantine Monitor. Although we can't get to, we can't get to Thardus from this side without super missiles. So yeah, that is our best choice, I think. No. No. There's one more thing I should check. We should go to Mama Shiga. Go visit our mother. While we are here. The reason we didn't do this check before is because this is normally where you get the wave beam. And in order to exit the room, there is a purple door. Last time we were here, we did not have anything purple. Now we have exactly one purple thing. And the other check here requires Plasma Beam, so it is not itself Plasma Beam. Ain't that nifty? And I always do that. I try to skip a cutscene that doesn't exist. It's a bit of a race against time to get out of there before that block reforms. It's easier on the second one. Alright, let's see what's in there. Just missiles. Cool. Now, what I'd like to do is, I think, go to Quarantine Monitor, actually. It's a couple elevators worth of time. Actually, maybe that's not the best idea. No, I think what we're going to want to do eventually is when we come back to Phendrana, go to Quarantine Monitor in order to fight Thardus. And get through to Front Labs more easily that way. So for now, let's go back to Chozo. Alright. Back in town. We're gonna go to the Chozo Ruins. We're gonna go to a hot room. And by hot, of course, I do mean sexy. There is nothing sexier than a giant pool of magma. Yeah, I'm just thinking of what other checks we have at this point for where plasma can be. It's not going to be anything that requires X-ray visor, which I think only Omega Pirate requires X-ray visor, but it's not that. Because X-ray visor is behind plasma over in Phendrana, as we saw earlier. There is a possibility that the plasma beam is in phase on mines. But in order to allow for that possibility, we would need to find either thermal visor or power bombs. For now, it is still not in logic. However, with the acquisition, that's the word, of our shiny new grapple beam, this check is in logic. Whee! And we might as well use our one power bomb to break this down. Or a missile. But more importantly, these two checks are actually in logic. Well, this one specifically. Okay, it's not that. Huh. So where is it? We're not going to go too far into this room, just enough to peek at what that is, and then leave before the ghosts arrive. Oh, man. Alright, I think it might have to be Quarantine Monitor. Can't think of anything else that I'm missing. That's not in mines. We've mostly cleared out Chozo, with the exception of the Super Missile Tree and the... Oh, okay. There's another one in Talonova World. Let's go get that one. The other one in Chozo we haven't gotten is the Plasma check in Hall of the Elders. But that one's definitely not Plasma. It's a Plasma hunt, and it's also a Super Missile hunt. Either one of those would be lovely. Both would be lovelier. Watery Hall is done. Zoid has been done. Just one of those last location kind of weirdnesses. The nightmare would be the Plasma Beam is the one check we couldn't get in the frigate. I should have remembered that. That was silly of me. Frankly, I've made some silly routing decisions this time around, but that's okay. We had a fun time along the way, and that's what matters. We technically should not even have Fighter Ball yet, because we haven't found power bombs. Funny how that works. But we're just here to pass through. Just making our way. A pilgrim in a strange land. This time we're going to head in this direction. Man, I hope there's not like a really obvious check that I'm missing here. Because that's entirely possible. Magmore is mostly cleared out, with the exception of plasma processing. But we don't have Boost Ball yet, so that's not on the table. In fact, this whole little excursion to the Far Talon overworld is only for exactly one check. Because without Boost Ball, we can't do anything else here. But hey, this place was good for us last time. And it's, oh my god, the same Boost Ball location? Who keeps putting Boost Ball here? It's frankly quite rude. Oh, do we have a power bomb? Yes, we do. Okay, cool. Let's just take the normal way up. Now, technically, this is still out of logic, because we shouldn't have power bombs yet. But since we're here, and we have our Boost Ball, it would be silly to not check it. There we are. Missile expansion. Now, it's possible that this is Phazon Suit, which would make me quite happy. Oh, there's Thermal Visor. That has some very interesting implications. It means that we essentially need power bombs in order for Thardis to be even considerable. Thermal Visor is also just nice to have for the final boss, so glad we found it here. Oh, that needs... Oh wait, we have Boost Ball. I've already forgotten of our beautiful Windfall. Boost Ball, Windfall. And that's nothing. Okay, but this was worth it for Thermal Visor. It'll save us a roughly equivalent amount of time for the final boss. And we leave. Squadala! Boost Ball is so nice to have. Man, if I had a nickel for every time we found Boost Ball in this exact location while recording a Metroid Prime Randomizer asynchronous race for my YouTube channel, I'd have 2 nickels. Which is like the maximum possible amount of nickels I could have. But, okay, that Boost Ball was in logic. And where does it point us to? It could point us to plasma processing. That would be very interesting. Where else could it point us to? Not a ton of other places. Plasma processing it is. Let's go check it out. And let's warp to start in order to do so. What are we doing on missiles? Do we need a refill? Where else is it good to have Boost Ball? We're pretty much cleared out in Fendrana, with the exception of Quarantine Monitor. We're doing just fine on missiles. This is a funky little puzzle, huh? Yeah, Boost Ball really only points me towards plasma processing. I can't think of any other locations where this could be. So what's going to happen, here is my prediction for how the next several minutes will play out. We're going to go to Plasma Processing and find Vanilla Plasma Beam. With Vanilla Plasma Beam, we are somehow then able to obtain Super Missiles. Possibly in this room in Root Cave, or in the check... No, it can't be the check in Farfen, because that needs power bombs too. So yeah, we're gonna find. My prediction is that we will find Plasma Beam in Plasma Processing, Vanilla Plasma, as they say. And then we will come back to Root Cave and find either power bombs or super missiles. And I am hoping that it is super missiles, because then that would then let us just put us in go mode for the end of the game. And of course, the other alternative is that it's in Quarantine Monitor. Either way, we're going in the right direction. Oof, ouch, my bones. The lava. It hurts my bones. Alright, welcome to Plasma Processing. It's a fun place. They've got it all. A couple harmless enemies at the bottom. A single grapple point to have a good time swinging on. And many boost receptors. To roll around in. Such fun, such glee. Such plasma. Now, if this is not Plasma Beam, it means that Plasma Beam will be in Quarantine Monitor, and we could have gotten it quite a while ago, which would be unfortunate. Either that or Supers are in Quarantine Monitor. This is a situation where if I had been able to pull off that peak earlier in Chozo of the stump, the tree, it could have changed things quite dramatically. But for now, no need to worry about this silly spider ball puzzle. Instead, we can do a weird little twisty jump in order to get up there. And then hop our way around to here. That is not Plasma Beam. Okay. Whatever you do, do not enter that room, because you need plasma to get out. And I would like to get out. It's one of my favorite things to do. Leave the room after entering it. Hey, Quarantine Monitor it is. I think this is the last check that we have in Logic. This is... Am I going the wrong way? I'm totally going the wrong way. Ah... Nice. If you're wondering why I'm turning sideways when I do R-jumps like that, there is a technical reason for it that I'm only somewhat aware of. And that is that Samus's sideways movement speed does not have a limit to it, like her forward and backward movement speed does. Which means if you turn sideways when you jump, then you can build up speed a lot more than you can if you just do a regular forwards jump. That's how I understand it. Okay, let's go to Quarantine Monitor. We're going to get our Plasma Beam there, hopefully. Either that or Super Missiles, both of which would be welcome, of course. And depending on what we get, either we fight Thardus in order to get to the front of Labs, or we immediately go and use our Plasma Beam on Root Cave. The worst case scenario is we find power bombs here, and then we have to search through all of the Phazon mines. Hoping that doesn't happen. Let's see what we get. Roll the dice. Open the mystery box. Yes! Alright, should have gotten that earlier. Now, we're still not done. We are going to need super missiles. Thankfully, I believe there's only one location that can be, and that is right above Root Cave. I forget the name of that room. Overgrown Cavern, maybe? Something like that. So for now, we're just going to warp back to start. Oh, shoot, you know what? I'm gonna take 30 extra seconds to go back up and grab X-ray visor, because that'll come in handy. Oh boy, elevator footage. Don't you love elevator footage? Here we are. Now we technically can go get that last check in Parfen, but like mentioned before, it is not in logic because it requires power bombs, which we technically don't have yet. Interestingly, I don't think Spider Ball has been required this entire seed either. Right, warp to start. Excuse me. Let's go get us a super missile. Now what's going to happen is that we get the super missile. This will do two things at the same time. One, it will allow us to get our final artifact, giving us access to our face on suit hint. Two, it will put two more checks in logic. One of which is the tree stump in Chozo Ruins, the other of which is the one that I had to skip in the frigate. I am very much hoping that I don't have to go back to the frigate. So let's find out, shall we? I don't know why I switched to this visor right now, it's a bit early. So enjoy white, the color. I'm up here, and it's nothing. Wait, so where the heck is super missiles? Okay, give me a moment. I need to pause anyway because I'm going to say hi to my fiance who just got home. Let's pause the old timer. I'll be right back. And we're back. Let's go ahead and start the timer again. Whoops. Oh no. That was the wrong button. Shoot. Let me check what... Oh god. That was the wrong button to press. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I consulted the footage and reconstructed the time from first principles. Anyway, we're back. But yeah, I have a fiance now. That's pretty cool, right? I'm getting married in like a year from now. And let me tell you, wedding planning is more difficult than Metroid Prime Randomizer. But only slightly. Anyway, there is one more plasma check that I realized halfway through having a conversation with her about this. Technically, I think that's like cheating or whatever because it's outside the time, but like, I'm not getting first place anyway. It's fine. This is all for fun. We're here to have a good time. Feel free to invalidate my time on the leaderboards if you think it's not okay. But the one plasma check remaining... Oh my god, there are two. Okay, the two plasma checks remaining. One of them is Elder Chamber. So we're gonna do Frigate Crash Site Climb. Turns out more things use Plasma Beam than I thought they did. You can die. It was a mercy kill. One of this... So this is the first check that we will do. If I can make this jump. The second one is the Chozo Ice Temple in Phendrana Drifts, which we were not able to view. Either one of these could be super missiles. It could also be power bombs, which would be upsetting. But those are the only two items that we can encounter at this point. Or Phazon suit, I guess. That would also be extremely nice. No, come on. Come on. Frigate Crash like climate is a bit weird. It was originally considered intermediate logic instead of beginner logic, and was changed in the middle of the most recent tournament. So I was forced to learn it a bit on the fly. It is a relatively complex series of standables and jumps, but I can understand why they made it beginner. It is not the most complicated thing in the world. It's just like the fourth most complicated thing in the world. Right behind rocket science and nuclear physics. Alright, let's go get us some chicks. We're back on the grind. All 4 beams and all 3 visors in hand. We're ready to, like, jump at a moment's notice. We just need that dang super missile. So our first stop is over here. Whoops. Ooh, hey, ooh. Don't know what happened there. Okay. Oh, okay. Yes, I know there are ghosts. Can I do this without ghosts? Without killing ghosts? I think I can. I'm just gonna hop down here, and it's nothing. We're going to Phendrana, baby! Alright, yeah, hey guys. I know. I think there's only one more check left in Chozo Ruins, and that is the stump, which cannot be super missiles because it requires super missiles. It could be Phazon suit, though. That would be nice. I'm really just banking on bombs not being... power bombs, rather, not being accessible this run. Because I have not touched the mines yet. The children do not yearn for the mines on this day. Alright, for routing purposes, the ideal would be to get super missiles in Chozo Ice Temple, which then puts us very, very close to the artifact that we need. And from there we can check the stump, because I think that's the only other super missile check that I can think of, aside from the frigate. The friggin' frigate. This is the wrong way. No, it's the right way. Whoa. I don't know how I targeted that. Like that? That was interesting. But we are just going to Phendrana. So yeah, definitely could have routed this a lot better. I would not be surprised to see some extremely fast times for this seed. If for those competitors who got Plasma Beam as soon as they got Grapple. I think the ideal would be, well, one, get Morphball from Frigate Crash Site earlier, but then two, do Phendrana Labs forward. Grab Grapple Beam, go through Labs, and then use that Grapple Beam to get Plasma immediately afterwards. That's the perfect world, if you make all the lucky decisions. Oh, right. I forget what exactly triggers this room to change, from turrets to pirates. Maybe it's the plasma processing solve, but it's flying pirates now, which are ironically easier to deal with. Somehow that damaged the block below me, but that did not boost me up. But yeah, we are hard last locationing this stuff. Which happens. Not much you can do about it. Sometimes you just don't guess correctly. It just adds to the thrill when you do guess correctly. You know what I'm saying? But for better or for worst, we are going to get our final valid check. We could get another power bomb while we're here, but probably not worth the time that it would take. The only real use for it would be defeating fission Metroids in the impact crater. Super missile, super missile, super missile. No! No! Ah, that's exactly what I did not want to see. Oh no. This means that super missiles are somewhere in the mines. Or on Thardis. No, they can't be. No, they can be on Thardis. Damn. Oh my god, that's awful. That is just terrible. So what we're gonna do is warp to start and then go back to Magmar from there. Ugh. Ugh, I say. Let me think. Okay. Chozo is mostly cleaned out with the exception of super missiles. Of the super missile check, rather. Magmor is completely clean. The frigate also requires super missiles. So we are going to take these power bombs and go directly to the mines. Alternatively, we could go fight Thardis, who is now in logic. Because these power bombs would have allowed us to get the thermal visor, and then the thermal visor is for fighting Thardis. However, that is unlikely. But it is right there. No, I think we saved that for last. I think. It's so hard to make decisions like this, because, like, if I'm wrong, then it feels silly afterwards. Like, oh, it was there the whole time, I could have just went and gotten it. Like the plasma beam in this seed, that's a great example. But instead, we are cursed with power bombs, and mines has been added to our pool of logical checks. And just the entirety of mines, because, with the exception of Phazon Mining Tunnel. That also means that's probably where our Phazon suit is anyway, so we are going to need to go there nonetheless. On the bright side, getting main PBs gives us 4 power bombs, which will be plenty. So we won't have the problem from last time, desperately farming for power bomb ammo. I'm taking my rage out on these flying pirates. They do not understand the depths of my pain. Ow, ow, ow. Let me in, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Powerbomb this debris. And receive a free ammunition from our friend. you. That'll be useful. Don't you just love the mines? So it's probably best to do upper mines first, I guess. I don't know if there's a real preferred strategy here other than do all the checks until we find the thing. But there's probably a mathematical answer to this question of which is more dense, like, in terms of checks per second, upper or lower. That's a missile. Excuse me, sir. Ooh, no. Okay, never mind. I was thinking, what if we checked the back way into the Omega Pirate, but without phase on suit, that's a lot of unnecessary damage. So I'll pass on that one for now. Especially because we can't even collect it, we can only peek it. To collect it, we must go in through the normal way and actually fight the boss. Alright, upper mines first. This box always has prizes. Today is an exception. The boom box has failed us. They call it the boom box because it is a box that goes boom. Alas. If only this was a mindless seed. The fates have decreed that the children do not get to resist the mind's temptation. You're going to yearn for the mines whether you like it or not. Okay. Another nothing. And let's exit through this way so that we can complete the loop. The nice thing about a lot of the environments in this game is that they are designed to be loops, which means you can get some more efficient routing out of it. Don't have to backtrack quite as much, as long as you have the necessary tools to complete the loop. In either direction. Okay, you missiles, or you turrets rather, will die. So says Samus Aran the Hunter. This man will evaporate. Alright, what's up here? Just a missile. We continue. I am glad to have power bombs, at least for this part, because it makes it a lot more tolerable. Not having to worry about ammo. Nothing. Ooh, I'm getting low on health, huh? Maybe I should have taken the save back there? Nah, I'll be fine. Actually, yeah, let's take the save real quick. I'd rather be safe than sorry, especially since I think it's been a very, very long time since I last saved. So let's get some health. The mines are dangerous. Not a good place. Especially for children. Man, I keep referencing this children yearn for the mines bit, and it must sound absolutely incomprehensible if you have not heard the phrase the children yearn for the mines before. This is an established phrase, I promise. I didn't make it up. Where's my friends? What's in there? Nothing. Cool. I love that little peak. It's such a nice peak. Alright, and we continue. Got some wave pirates to fight. Nothing new. But we do have to kill them because the doors are locked. And I would much prefer if they were unlocked. Like I've stated in the past, one of my favorite activities is leaving rooms after I enter them. Yeah, that's right. Get sniped. Ah. Thank you. I think if I get too close to those guys, then I can't quite hit them. Which is unfortunate because their favorite thing to do is get really close to me. Alright, next on the docket, we have this guy. Activate the platforms, and then... This guy is a little bit different from a normal Phazon person. From a normal elite pirate, I should say. He's the Phazon elite. He takes a few more missiles to kill. That's basically the only difference. Alright. Take care of this fella. And we scan that. Continue our ascent. There's a trick that I'd like to learn in this room, where you don't actually, you can just climb the wall, kind of. Do like a weird standable thing. Oh, we're gonna have to kill this guy with regular power beam, no super missiles. Alright. That wasn't so bad. Okay. While that does its thing, let's peek at what's over there. That is just a missile. We continue. Upper Mines is barren and empty. Lower Mines will have nice things for us. I hope. Alright, in order to get there, we're going to need to do a little climb. I can't remember if I did this last time, but there is a way to climb this room without having to touch the entire spider ball puzzle. Like that. You just stand on the wall, as one does. Then you turn around and make a leap. Very nice. First try. Alright. So yeah, Upper Mines, total bust. Why'd we even go there? It was useless the whole time. Up there is the temple, the artifact temple. There's the impact crater. Must have been a big meteor to make a crater like that. If you're curious about the implications of this game's lore, Metroid Prime 3 does a lot of the exposition when it comes to Phazon stuff. But for all intents and purposes, all you need to know for Prime 1, there was a big meteor, and it caused problems on purpose. That's an E-tank. We skip this cutscene, and then we wait patiently for the game to realize that we have skipped the cutscene. Thank you. Take our unavoidable poison gas damage. It's fine. And now we do a little dance while we wait for this room to load. Thank you. Because we have Plasma Beam, this guy's going to come out to play. Easy. And we can fight the Invisible Man. He's invisible. Except not when he's visible. That's just a missile. We keep going. We never give up. So remember several minutes ago when I mentioned that I wouldn't be surprised to see some very fast times for this seed? I have changed my mind. I think there will not be very fast times for this seed. Unless there is something good on... Oh, I forgot to scan... Alright. This is why you must pay attention. First, you start the war between the Metroids and the Space Pirates, and then you start telling your story. But yeah, having the entirety of Minds and Logic like this makes it a lot more difficult to complete this seed in a jet manner. We're just gonna fly up here. Peek at what's over there. That's just a new tank. I would like you to not be on my head anymore, please. Thank you. Goodbye. Alright, the big question is, will Omega Pirate be required? And it's looking more and more like the answer is yes. But hey, we have X-Ray. And that's what matters. Oh my god, there it is! Oh, Super Missile, my beloved. Now, this raises an interesting question. Depending on Phazon suit placement, now that we have Super Missiles, it is possibly in the tree trunk, it is possibly on Thardus, it is possibly on Omega Pirate, and it is possibly in Uncle Hall B, which we're going to be getting to in a moment. But other than that, I think those are the only possible locations. Oh, I should have been more patient with the grapple. Okay. You die, please. We look up to the heavens to see our friend, the Hunter Metroid. We wait for our other friend, the Grapple Man. Let's just go here for now. And let's do an art dump. Get fancy with it. Yeah! Success. But yes, that is the super missile that we have been waiting so long for. This is going to be a missile expansion, because it can't... Oh, or nothing. That works too. We're going to put on the thermal visor for this room because it is dark in here. I want to be able to see... Thankfully, all these Metroids are nice and warm. Quite visible. What am I doing? Go this way. That's a power bomb. Not what we want. In fact, I'm not even going to do it the courtesy of picking it up. We have 5 power bombs already. That's a king's fortune. Oh right, there's one more check before Omega Pirate that could also be our Phazon suit. Now my concern is, if we decide to skip this, then it will take quite a while to get back here. We'll have to do the entire Lower Mines loop again, and that's no fun for anybody. However, if we do decide to do this and it is not Phazon suit, then we will have spent quite a bit of time in the OP fight for no reason. This is the dilemma that we are faced with. First things first, we definitely want to save, though, because 3 energy tanks is not enough. 2 energy tanks is also not enough. But 8 energy tanks, that'll do just fine. I'm going to ignore these gentlemen completely. So yeah, I think the move here is to fight Omega Pirate because we are here. We have all the necessary ingredients to do so. Alright, turn in your circle. You circling fiend. Do your silly dance while I shoot you in the arms and legs. There we are. Alright, what flavor pirates do we get today? Oh good, ice flavor. My favorite. Because they can just be killed like that. It's way easier than the other flavors. And now we can get our super missile ready. Pow. Now the secret to this fight is that he won't appear in the same location twice, and he also won't appear at the one you're standing next to. So if you stand next to one of the pools, they'll just alternate between the other two. But I want to get him without the other... Oh, I'm out of missiles. Oh, shoot. Yeah, this is not ideal. There we go. Plasma shot was enough. Awesome. That was just a missile expansion, though. We have one more reward to get from this guy before we turn tail and head to Artifact Collection. Although, now that I think of it, we probably don't even want to turn around. We can just head through here to get back to Vendrana, and then go fight Thardis, I guess? Open, open, please, please open. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure the damage from Phazon, like, increases over time. So it is not strictly linear damage numbers, but something more like quadratic or exponential. The math nerd in me talking. But we want to get up to the top of this room. We want to kill this man. That's what you get for being slightly annoying. You get vaporized by plasma. I don't make the rules. I don't know why I have X-ray visor on. It felt right. Alright, yeah, so the route is from here out. We are going to ascend into Magmor, ascend once more into Vendrana, and then fight Thardis purely in order to pass through into the front of labs for our final artifact. Thardis isn't the longest boss in the world, especially when you have power bombs, so we'll see how this goes. But this game is laid out in a very particular way that makes backtracking, like, interesting. There are a lot of different connections between places, a lot of loops that give you options in your routing. It's a very cool thing. Alright, let's do it. All bosses seed. Woo! I mean, we didn't actually need to fight Omega Pirate, but we did it anyway. For the thrill of the hunt. Alright, starting off the Thardus fight here. First thing we're going to do is just pop a little power bomb down. To say hello. And that's going to skip the first phase or two. It's very kind of the developers to make Thardus weak to power bombs. There is not really any reason they had to do that, considering there's no way you actually have power bombs when you fight him in the base game. But I appreciate that they did. The other thing about Thardus is that he is very weak to Morph Ball bombs for some reason, but only for the parts where you need to use Thermal Visor. Once his weak points become visible, they are no longer affected by Morph Ball bombs. Yes, yes, get your lightning. But yeah, place down a couple bombs when he starts doing his rolling animation, and it lets you go real fast. One more. More than one more. There's gonna be like two more, and then we're gonna have one last power bomb, and then everything will be hunky-dory. It's always satisfying getting him before he exits this rolling animation. Feels extra efficient. But yeah, having Plasma Beam is also a good speed up for this fight. It just does so much damage. Alright. And now for the kicker. Get real close to him, and as soon as the lightning appears, we lay down another power bomb. And skip the end of the fight. For no reason. We get nothing. It's probably in the stump. It was in the stump the whole time. It could be in the stump, it could be in Farfen, in that location that I did not peek at. But let's get our hint first, I think, and see what it tells us. Damn, they're really bouncing. Did you see them go flying after they died? That was weird. Go the normal way. Alright, here once more, after our long journey. Who'd have thought we'd need to go into labs all the way down there for super missiles? It's interesting thinking of the viewer experience watching this video, as opposed to my experience right now recording it, where I was fully in the mindset of like, yeah, I'll get this, we'll get their hint, and then we're good, quick seed, easy, fast. But then looking down at the runtime of the video and seeing it's like over 2 hours, and knowing, oh, there will be a problem that occurs. Okay, I don't want to fight any of you. Just let me get my dang artifact and leave, please. Thank you. Goodbye. Okay. I could have gone backwards there, but instead we're going to go forwards. Either way, there is a save station roughly equidistant in either direction. This way just means we have to do Observatory Dash first. In fact, we're not even going to bother killing these guys. Although maybe I should. I don't know if the save station door is unlocked until I kill them. So we're just going to do that. And then watch the little cutscene. And then skip the little cutscene. And then big jump. Alright. Here we are. Give it a little... Oh, wait. Hold on. Actually, yeah, no. We're gonna work start. We're gonna work start. I was considering doing a pivot save here and then like resetting back to here if the Phazon suit ends up being in Farfen, but that would then mean I'd have to refight Ridley after that, which does not seem like a time save. Welcome back after all this time. Let's get ourselves a missile refill. I think we could use that. I'm going to try a sneaky little jump. Watch this. Oh my god, I did it! Nice. That is a way faster way to climb this room, but is also not a very reliable trick. So usually how that works is I give it about 5 attempts and then I give up and go climb up the normal way. So getting it first try is very satisfying. Then I can pretend like I can do it always first try. And none of you will be ever the wiser. Anyway, time to fight a dragon. A space robot dragon. We killed our parents earlier in the canon, not in this game. Alright. He's gonna do the thing. We're gonna go sit in the corner and cry. Let's see. What checks are remaining in the entire game? We've gotten most of them at this point, which kind of sucks. Phazon Mines is completely clean. We were able to get everything there. Or peak everything there, I should say. Which means it's down to that one check in Farfen versus that one check in Chozo. And one of them is going to be our Phazon suit. Oh, nice. Oh, he's invincible though. It is tricky to get that freehand shot during the dash. So nice to see him getting a little better at it. Come on, roar at me. That's right. Show me the inside of your beautiful, soft mouth. These are the things I say to Ridley as I murder him. I guess the other alternative is it's in the frigate. But it's not. It's in the tree. Let's go get the tree. I don't know why I saved there. I should have warped. Man, if I had succeeded at that peak way back at the start, I wonder how that would have affected things. Probably not much, because we'd still need super missiles in order to get it. The only difference it would make is that we'd have gone to get that before the Ridley fight instead of immediately after. I'm just doing some thinking, some mental work to justify to myself that the stump is in fact the only place left to go in Chozo Ruins. It was a very good thing that we did the ghosts fight earlier with Flagra. Well, I guess it's not that important. We would have saved it for last anyway, but it means we can rule that out. And if we hadn't done it immediately after fighting Flagra, we would have only been able to come back and do it once super missiles were obtained. Which ended up being the golden item of the run. The one that is hard to figure out where it is and yet required. There's our Phazon suit. Let's get out of here. We've got a Metroid Prime to beat up. Alright, so it was a long seat. I gotta say, not my fastest time ever. But you know what? I blame it on the weird powerbomb logic and last locationing pretty much everything. It's unfortunate, but what can you do? That's not the right way to go. My brain has started to melt. Oopsie. I ran out of disk space there. That's the first time that's happened to me. We're gonna resume the timer. So, apologies for the mysterious unknown cut. Turns out, recording several hours of footage for Metroid Prime Randomizer uses up a lot of disk space. Yeah, third try. Now, unfortunately, the only charge combo we have... Well, okay. Actually, we have 3 of the charge combos. I just don't care about Wave Buster or Flamethrower. Super Missile will help, but Ice Spreader is the big one that we do not have. So, the ice phases are going to be a little rougher. And that's just fine. Man, Ice Spreader... Ice Spreader also must have been Super Missile locked then. Must be in one of the other 2 checks that we didn't get. But... pardon me. I just want to climb these big teeth. Let me do my thing and I'll let you do yours. It's nice to think of these Fission Metroids as like living in here and being in some sort of a symbiotic relationship with the cave. Like those little birds that clean like crocodiles' teeth. Like that, but a Metroid cleaning the big cave teeth. Yeah, get power bombed. Dummy. Here we are! The Promised Land! Where the big guy lives. His special cave. And look at him go. Mining down into the earth like he's looking for diamonds at y = 16. Something interesting I learned is that the Power Beam actually does more damage per hit than the Wave Beam. At least for the uncharged shots. I would assume so about the charged shots too, but the only reason the Wave Beam is better is because of the homing problem. Kinda weird. I mean, I definitely understand why. It's a lot easier to hit with the Wave Beam. But I don't know. Charged Power Bomb shots aren't as bad as they seem, I guess. Cool, good turnaround. Get him before he changes colors for one last Super Missile. Little advance payment on the next phase, damage-wise. And now this one's going to be ice. That is my prediction. Yep. He's doing them very in order this time around. Sometimes he switches it up, but not today. Today he is respecting vanilla Metroid Prime Beam ordering. Alright, great opportunity to just hit him in the face with a few more Super Missiles. And we go. When he starts to turn around, we pop him in the face. We boop him in the nose. And that makes the Wave Beam phase nice and quick because we've already gotten it a Super Missile on him. I find that the closer I am to the boss, the easier he is to hit. Or maybe she is. Dark Samus, after all. Spoilers, I guess, for a nearly 20-year-old game. The plasma beam is just so nice, especially when you get the charge shot and it gets that burning effect. That's some good damage, baby. That hits different. Be careful, plasma beam. Your smoke too tough. Your swag too different. Your damage too good. They'll put you in quarantine monitor. Alright, nice. Not nice when I miss the charge shots. Yeah, not a lot to say about this part. I don't know. I mean, I like the final boss of Metroid Prime, don't get me wrong. But I do think there is something to be said about the skip final bosses option in Randomania, considering the final boss is mostly the same fight every time, give or take a couple charge combos. So, it's also a perfectly valid win condition to just get to the Artifact Temple with all 6 of your, or get to the Impact Crater, I guess, with all 6 of your artifacts in Phazon Suit. But there is some variance that can happen during the final boss fight, so I definitely understand the appeal of, like, keeping it in there to let some last-minute catch-ups happen. And the excitement of having a boss at the very end of the game, like, yeah. There's something fun there. But it doesn't leave much to talk about because it's just this dude again. I know him. Yes, make your little pool. Give me a pool party. Thank you. And we have all 3 visors, so this will be nice and smooth. So I don't like you in that location. Please. Where's the pool gone? There you go. I also don't like you in that location. Okay, that location is fine. The reason his location matters is because depending on where he is, if he's like, you know, above his own exoskeleton or something and doesn't have a valid location under him, he just won't make a pool of Phazon. He'll just decide, actually, nah. And it's very rude. It is known as getting pool skipped. And it is a great injustice. Alright, drain the rest of the juice. Oh, he made 3 Hunter Metroid because I killed the first one too fast. That's interesting. Anyway, how much health do you have? That much? We're gonna try this weird little edge canceling thing. I don't think I'm doing this correctly. There's a way you can maximize the damage from a single pool by, like, repeatedly entering and exiting the pool. I don't think that's it, though. Either way, next pool we get. Get in. Prepare for time. In 3, 2, 1. There it is. 2/19/01. What a marathon. What a journey this has been. If you've watched the whole video up until this point, thank you for coming with me on this journey. I had a fun time. Hope you did too. Let's see. Where was Ice Spreader? I think that's the only thing we didn't have by the end. Where were you? Let's review. So yes, we had our beams. 2 of our beams were beautiful. The third one, a little less beautiful, but still gettable. X-Revisor, a little tricky. Space Jump from the go. Morph Ball, not too bad. Boost Ball in the same places as the previous race I did. Those Power Bombs just doing me dirty. And then... He's not suited main plaza the whole time. Yeah, Biohazard Containment. That was the check that I could not get because I didn't have Super Missiles in the frigate. Fun times. Sap Puddle Sun. 204 in-game time. Definitely can be improved. But hey, that's the whole point, right? Get better at it. Keep doing it. We'll do more of these. Perhaps next week the settings will be a little different. Maybe. We'll switch it up, see what happens. But either way, thanks for watching. And see you next mission.